You're not going to get COVID if you have these vaccinations.
Vaccinated people do not carry the virus, don't get sick.
Getting those shots out for 5 to 11-year-olds is going to provide a lot of comfort to American families.
Horses barely running them over, people being strapped.
A horrific video of the CBP officers on horses using brutal and inappropriate measures against innocent people.
We have a secure border.
The border is, in fact, secure. The border is closed. The border is secure. The border is secure. The border is closed. We've been unequivocal in that.
On the issue of Afghanistan. And to that end, we have seen a successful drawdown of the embassy.
I think it's irresponsible to say Americans are stranded. They are not.
This is Jim Crow on steroids, what they're doing in Georgia. This is all about keeping working folks and ordinary folks that I grew up with from being able to vote.
The reconciliation package would cost $0.
The cost of these bills in terms of adding to the deficit is zero.
Some have expressed publicly that they're not comfortable with 3.5, even though zero costs $0.
Zero. Zero. Zero.
This bill is fully paid for and will not raise taxes on anyone making less than $400,000 a year.
Let me say that again, be crystal clear. No one making less than $400,000 a year will pay a single additional penny in tax for all these things that were in the Build Back Better plan. If you're a husband and wife, a school teacher, and a cop, you're paying at a higher rate than the average person making $1 billion a year is. My plans do not add to inflationary pressures.
The Build Back Better agenda will help reduce inflation, will help cut costs for the American people.
If we pass the other two things I'm trying to get done, we will, in fact, reduce inflation.
Inflation is going to come down next year. Inflation will come down next year. These inflation rises will be transitory, that they will come back down next year.
There's nobody suggesting there's unchecked inflation on the way. No serious economist. We know a lot of folks are struggling with inflation, driven by Putin's war in Ukraine and the global pandemic.
The greed of meat conglomerates. You could call it corporate greed, sure. You could call it jacking up prices during a pandemic.
Even if we drilled as much as we could, the price of oil is still set globally.
There's no amount of domestic production we can do to reduce or eliminate our vulnerability as a country to that volatility.
We brought down the cost of energy. Wages have gone up higher, faster than inflation. We have a lower inflation rate than most any other nation in the world.
The idea that 2 quarters of negative GDP growth is a technical definition of a recession is wrong.
I don't expect a recession.
Right now, we don't see a recession. Right now, we're not in a recession right now.
Virtually nothing signals that this period in the second quarter is recessionary.
No one is predicting a recession now.
What we have seen over the course of the last year plus in the United States is a historically strong economic recovery, and that has been supported by this president's economic policies.